Good morning and welcome to the Main Street Board of Directors meeting agenda for September 10th, 2025 meeting. I welcome all of you and I'll call the meeting to order. Time is 8 a.m. Meredith, roll call. It's all set. We have a quorum.
At this time, Meredith, I would like, and Chairman, I'd like to introduce Samantha Bird from Adrian College. Samantha's here in place of Thomas Dunny today, just sitting to observe and get a little feedback to take back to Thomas. So thank you for joining us today.
Samantha, welcome. All right, we have an agenda in front of us and need any additions that need to be added to the agenda? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept the agenda as presented.
So moved.
There's a motion and there's support. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. We have an agenda. Also in your package, you have the minutes from our regular meeting of August 13th, 2025. Is there any additions, corrections, or deletions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes into the record. There's coming from the person who wrote them.
Support.
There's support. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. Give Carrie a second here to sit, and here comes the mayor. So we'll give it just a second. All right, we'll move on to our financial report. Jacob.
Yes, good morning. In the packet, you'll see our normal financial reports. There's a balance sheet as well as a revenue and expenditures report. Nothing concerning. We're running in line with budget. So no concerns there. We continue to be strong on fundraising to fund the events we're putting on, but all in all, we're in very strong financial shape.
Questions for Jacob on the financial report? If none, I'll entertain a motion to put the financial report into the record.
Moved.
Is there support? And there's support. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. Financial report is into the record. We'll move on to the Main Street Directors Report. Jay.
Thank you, Chairman. So as I was preparing for this meeting, going through as I do the night before and kind of gathering my thoughts and collecting information, I missed a thing that I want to share with you, but I also want to kind of talk about a couple things as we go through it. The one thing that I missed was back on Friday, August 22nd, the MEDC was here. Quentin Messer, the CEO, as well as an entourage of MEDC people, I think you would say, Mayor, we're here. And it was a great opportunity for us to highlight Adrian, show what's going on, share some of the information. And out of that, there was a blog post, and there's also been a social media post that's been going around. I'll pass these around so you guys can take a look at them if you haven't seen them. But it's really great. And it was a great opportunity. I was able to sit next to Quentin at lunch and really talk to him about what's going on and how we're growing the city and what's happening. And Quentin said it's a great vibe in this community, you know, and sometimes you get so deep into it, you don't realize the vibe and the coolness that's here. I was reminded from that visit of National Main Street coming to visit earlier in the year. And they said that we have such great historic architecture. And we take it for granted because we see it every day. But most of the cities around us don't have this historic architecture, 200 years old, right? Where they see these great buildings. So as we go through that, that happened, it just sparked a little memory for me. And so it was great to see that. The next thing that I want to talk about, the MEDC was here the following Monday on the 25th, and they did a photo shoot. And that photo shoot was for stock photos for their PR and for ours. And once they go through and do all the editing and highlighting, they will give us those photos and we can use them for our stuff. And this kind of triggered that we have a pretty diverse community and we seek them out. And if you look at the people that were involved in there, you can see the diversity of our community. And that's really important, right? Because we don't just do it because we have to, we do it because we want to. And we want to get that input and feedback from them. So I was very, very pleased to see that. I think there were 11 people that came to get their photos taken that day, you know, and they got a cup of coffee out of it. That's all they got, you know, for a couple hours. So it was a great opportunity. And we were able to highlight some of the businesses. We spent about 15, 20 minutes in the buzz, taking pictures in there. We're in front of some of the other businesses along the way. So it was really good.
I know some community members that were very excited that that was open to them and that they had that opportunity, and they were posting all about it and really excited about it. So
Good.
they were very grateful.
Excellent. Next thing I want to touch on is the wayfinding update. If you remember, in our guiding document, which is our development plan, we have wayfinding in there, and that's in the phase 1, which is those first few years. And so we got an update we got a bid from one company. Jerry suggested that we reach out to the Smith Group. I've given them the parameters. I just don't have numbers from them yet and what that'll look like. But I do agree that they know our community very well. And I think they'll be a great opportunity for us once they get that information together. So looking forward to that. Town Square update. This one, it seems like it's been going forever, right? And so I went back to look to see how long we've been working on the Town Square. And the first one that I found was the contract for the Maiden Lane Pathway Extension. And that was on March 20th of 2023 is when we started exploring what this might look like. So we went through that process. The Smith Group evaluated all of the physical characteristics and assets that we have in the community. And then they came back and gave us some suggestions and we shared those. You know, during that process, we bought the Gene Christopher lot. The buildings at 116, 118 were demoed. In mid 24, we started phase 1 and 2 of the design after a lot of conversations. It was in the strategic plan for the city of Adrian, the first one back in August of 23. And so there was a lot of it, you know, there's a lot of conversation about it, and that's been really good. And it's in our strategic plan too. So having all of these things here, looking at how many times we've engaged with this, I think we're almost at the finish line. I put this in here. I won't go through it because this is the same one that we went through and made a recommendation on. But this has been presented to acting city commissioner. Hopefully it will make it to the city commission meeting so they can give us the green light and go out for bid next week. That's the timeline for this. Main Street self-assessment. You see that in your packet. Thank you, everyone. We had 100% participation in the self-assessment, and that's great. You'll see that this is the average of everyone's scores in here. I don't think there's any surprises for anyone with these scores if you look at that last page. We know that we have some opportunities primarily going around volunteers, you know, and creating that volunteer makeup and what that looks like. But we're at least meeting expectations, and I think that's the excellent part about it. This is our last year as a select level, right? We become a master in 2026. And then we start, and even in that article, one of those articles, they mentioned that we'll be a master level next year. And so it's important to have those things and make sure that we're following the program and doing everything that we can through engagement and involvement in our community. The next thing I have, is there any questions about that? I know that's a lot of information, so. The next thing we have is the playground update. Madam Mayor, I want you to know that the construction of the playground will start the first week of October. You may have seen DPW over there already working on prepping the site. So they've moved some things around. They'll be doing some more work, I think, either later this week or the beginning of next week, with the installation starting that first full week in October. They said it'd take about 2 weeks to get everything done. So very excited about that, and we'll make sure that we get a ribbon cutting and get you front and center for that one. Mural update. So murals, I have the artist and the applique, the final mural, whatever you want to call it. They're communicating right now. We're trying to get it done before Artelicious, so it'll be up for Artelicious. It's gonna be tight. Sorry, Don, I'm trying the hardest I can. But it'll be close. I'm trying to twist some arms. I have a call with them later this afternoon, so if we can do that, that would be great to have that up there for Artelicious, to really show, what our community is all about. The next thing I want to talk about are military banners. You'll see the 2-sheet display or 2-sheet handout in there with a sample of what the banners will look like. Sorry, it's not, I didn't print enough of them, but you guys want to see them after, you can come take a look at them. Pretty basic. As far as hometown hero, the name, the branch, and your amount of, your time of service. For the first group that goes in, we're gonna honor them for 3 consecutive periods. So if you get in for Veterans Day, you'll get Veterans Day, Memorial Day, and Veterans Day next year for one price. And then after that, it'll be the two Memorial Day and Veterans Day to be posted. It's $125. That covers the cost of the banner and putting it up. They'll probably last about 2 seasons. So if you want to have us hold on to it and put it up for an additional year, it would only be $50 for us to do that. And that's really just covering the labor from the city to put the banners up. This will be going out. I'll be contacting AMVETS, VFW, all of the organizations to help spread the word. We'll have about 32, 34 spaces initially. We will be expanding as we get some more banner arms in. But we really want to embrace that and recognize our military at those opportunities. Any questions on those? All right. The next thing, Adrian High School homecoming window painting. So back in the day, when the mayor and I were much younger, we used to come downtown and paint the windows of businesses for homecoming. This was a suggestion of one of our business owners that we do this. And so we've looked into it. We've contacted Adrian Public Schools. Thank you, Kate, for really driving this initiative. The DDA is going to pay for the paint and for the materials. 15 groups from Adrian Public Schools are going to come down to paint windows. They'll probably start next week and get that done. So for homecoming, they will have the windows will be painted, and they'll be painted during Artelicious, Don. So another little art installation during Artelicious. So great community involvement from our schools and from our businesses, and thanks to the businesses for recommending that. Very happy.
And the amount of businesses that I was on that email chain,
Yeah.
the amount of businesses that wanted to do this, I was astounded. It's very exciting to see that and very appreciative of the businesses that wanted to participate. It was great.
Yes. The next item, snow removal. So I think a couple of you over the last couple of years have reached out to me to talk to Jeremiah about doing some snow removal for the downtown. Jeremiah and I have talked. He's going to take it to the commission to get final approval, but it looks like what it would be is they would make one swipe with the brush. So you got the big tractor that has the brush on it. They do all the intersections with the sidewalks in downtown. And so they would go make one pass, and then the business owners would be responsible ultimately for clearing the rest of the sidewalk and putting salt down or whatever. But this would really just be to open it up for people coming through downtown and walking around and giving that sense of security and safety. They're already driving through with the vehicle. And so dropping that brush down, I think would be beneficial. Of course, it still has to go to the commission for approval and go from there. But it would be the 100 block of East Maumee, the 100 block of West Maumee, and then down to Comstock Park. It would be the 100 block of South Main, and then the 100 and 200 block of North Main. And then I think we're looking at the 100 block of South Winter Street. And that would capture almost all of our business district in the downtown, especially for people walking on the sidewalks to help that circulation and an opportunity to move through there. So we'll wait till Jeremiah gets back with the official information, but I wanted to kind of put that out there so you're aware of it. he's looking to take that to the commission for approval and we hope that they will. But we'll see ultimately where it goes.
There's no action item today, but there will be a cost to the DDA.
Yes, there will be a cost to the DDA. Again, that's up to the commission to make that final determination. Jeremiah and I have talked about a number, but I don't want to be preemptive in that. It's not fair for us to do that. I think it would be very affordable for that situation.
Thank you.
Sorry, one more thing that's not on here. Again, last night as I was prepping, I remembered it. If you remember, I reached out to Cobalt 360 to get some attendance numbers for us to see how our events are doing. And I got a number and it was higher than I expected. The amount of people attending were higher. So I've been talking to the gentleman from the company, and what it is there's parameters that define how long you have to be in the area before you're counted. And the base that we've been using is 10 minutes, and the base that he used was 7 minutes. And so he's going to rerun the report and take it up to 10 minutes because it looked like we had about a 75% increase in the number of visitors that we have, which great, but I know that we're not doing that well. But the trend is it looks like we're gaining more visitors year over year to our events and into our downtown. So very happy with that. He thinks it will still show an increase for us when we get it. So they're going to rerun that report and share it with us. Any questions?
Questions for Jay regarding his reports?
When will the military banners be available for people?
I've just got to put it on the website. So hopefully by the end of this week, it'll be on the downtown website and I'll start sharing it with all of the military organizations.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Jay. Vince?
Good morning. Nothing really to report today. Chad Baugh, the new city administrator, will be starting on the 22nd. So I have largely transitioned back to chief of police, but I will be around to help him as he learns the ropes.
Any questions?
And his last meeting is this coming Monday, September 15th. He's very excited.
You look really sad.
Yes, I'm very sad. Yeah.
I can see that. All right. Thank you, Vince. All right, let's move on to board action.
Board action, it's the recommendation of the executive director of the downtown Adrian Main Street DDA approve the purchase of a storage shed from the Amish Outdoor Buildings of Michigan. As you know, we get more involved in events and we accumulate stuff. We now have the golf cart that helps us move things around during the events. And right now, DPW has been kind enough to allow us to keep it down there at DPW. But it's not always the most convenient or easiest for us. And oftentimes we're taking it down there late at night. And so in order to alleviate some of the storage issues, if you go into the pavilion, I think Christina can attest to this, that you go into the storage room of the pavilion, it's like you got to move two things out so you can walk into it. The proposal is to get this storage shed, the 12 by 16. I talked to Administrator Elliott and to the building department and Matt Tomazeski about placement of it. Previously, they feel that the back corner of the farmers market pavilion, that northwest corner, would probably be the best location for it.
So where the porta potties are sometimes at
Sometimes,
events?
that
Okay.
far corner over there. This would allow us to keep the cart in there and store different things. As we get banners for the military, we can store them in there. And so really just looking at how do we alleviate some of the storage issues that we're having and can have things handy for us.
Will that take up any parking spots? Just curious.
Take up about 2 parking spots.
Okay. I was just asking because the last couple of First Fridays, that's where I typically park and it's been full. Like I've had to go farther away. So that I was just curious. Thanks.
So what is the price on this particular one? I see 3 here.
It'll be the top price, $6,767.05. That includes the shed that you see here, which is a roll-up door with just one entry door, no windows, so we don't have to worry about people trying to break in through windows. Setup, delivery, everything. So when it gets here, it's ready for us to go.
Any questions on that? If not, I'll entertain a motion to hire the Amish Outdoor Buildings for $6,766.05 to build us a shed and place it.
So moved.
Is there support?
Support.
All right, that happens all the time. I should just take the first two and just say I'm good. All right, any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, the same. All right, Jay.
It's the recommendation of the sign review committee, the Downtown Adrian Main Street DDA Board recommends the approval of the sign application for the Lenawee Community Mental Health at 201 West Maumee Street. Jerry, you want to talk about it?
It was just approved unanimously by the committee.
Okay, perfect. Y'all have a picture of that and it appears that, it always goes through the city for specs to make sure that it's in line and then final design for our, make sure that it has the aesthetics that we would like in our downtown. So Jerry, thank you and the committee for working on that. Is there any questions?
Struggling through, but we're doing okay.
Just being methodical. All right. Any questions? Can I get a motion to approve the sign for 201 West Maumee Street?
So moved.
There's support.
Support.
Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, the same. All right, we have a sign approval. We'll go into committee reports and hi, Kate.
Good morning. I have that sun in my eyes again. It's every month. All right. So last month we had our Welcome Back Bash on North Main. Really great event. It was attended by Siena Heights and Adrian College, as well as their students. Both schools had shuttles from campus to downtown, which seemed really great. Everything seemed activated. Everybody was on either the mechanical bull, doing the henna, 360 photo booth, up until it rained. Yes, I've heard the event is cursed, I guess. Students stuck it out as long as they could. They were hunkered down under tents and still trying to have a good time, but it did kind of thin out a little after that. But still a great night nonetheless. Thank you so much for both colleges for running the shuttles and promoting it to your students. I think a lot of them had fun discovering downtown and hopefully they'll be back again soon. We also had First Friday, which was Maple Pride. We had a Touch a Truck feature. Was attended by several city departments as well as some other entities. So I want to say thank you to the Adrian Police Department for bringing a vehicle. Thank you to the Adrian Fire Department for bringing a fire truck. And Adrian Department of Public Works, they brought several vehicles. I was told it was only going to be 2, and they came rolling through downtown with 3 or 4 different industrial vehicles, and that was really cool to see and fun to see the kids crawling in there and all that cool stuff. First Student brought a school bus, so thank you to First Student. And Stevens Disposal brought a garbage truck. It was nice and clean and did not stink, so thank you very much.
And Kate, there were a lot of families down there that were very grateful. They were really happy there was something like that geared to their children and they really enjoyed it. So thank you for all your work in that.
Yes, you're
I
welcome.
also
Thank
saw
you.
some really cool Facebook posts from friends with little boys that were super excited about it.
Yeah, you don't really get the opportunity to look at those vehicles a lot, so it was fun to provide that for the community. Thank you. Adrian Public Schools, we are decorating windows for homecoming. Jay did touch on that. We'll probably be starting that process on Tuesday. So start looking around Tuesday for those decorated windows. And they're going to be their homecoming theme, which is Once Upon a Homecoming. It's kind of a spin on Once Upon a Time Cinderella. So that'll be really fun to see. We talked at our last meeting, we're starting to have conversations about the event schedule for next year, and hopefully we'll have a final schedule by November, so we can start distributing that after. This week on Friday, the Promotions Committee will be hosting a quarterly business owners meeting. That'll be this Friday, 9 a.m. here inside of City Chambers. And we'll be discussing the past season, we'll be discussing plans for the future, and of course, it'll be a time for business owners to connect, have have any questions, comments, or concerns, please bring them with you on Friday. We would love to hear them. We're preparing for October 25th, which is our downtown trick or treating event. We already have a lot of interest on Facebook. All I did was create the event, and I think I already have over 1,000 marked interested. So that should be a very successful event. Some upcoming events we have are this Saturday, September 13th from 10 to 5. We have School Pride Shop and Stroll, and we will have a town truck scavenger hunt with that. Next Thursday, September 18th from 5 to 8, we're going to have our third Thursday event, which is live music and food trucks. We're going to have John Torrance and Noah Martis performing on North Main Street. And we're going to have a fun little spin on the night. We're going to have axe throwing in addition. So it's safe, it's soft. So don't worry, nobody worry. I'm not getting real action. Or that, yeah, that was a good idea. Maybe October.
You see what's coming in October.
Oh, yes. Sunday, September 20th through the 21st is, of course, our long anticipated Artalicious in downtown. That should be a really fun event. We are going to have Julia Cole perform that Saturday night alongside Braxton Garza. We did a Facebook post on that, and that is already getting a lot of attention. We're starting to really promote and push that evening. Wednesday, September 24th, What's Happening Wednesday? So that's our service business focused event, and we will have a town truck scavenger hunt with that. And then Friday, October 3rd, is our first Friday Pumpkin Palooza, and we will have professional wrestling in the streets. The ring, the wrestlers, the costumes, the whole shebang.
Can we give away wrestling masks to those or something like that?
I was trying to find an affordable bulk wrestling mask. They're pricey. You got to help me. Send me some links. I know, I was trying to think. I'm like, wrestling belts, wrestling masks. Stickers could be cool. Yeah, stickers, trading cards. I don't know, something fun. We might have them do pumpkin smashing in the ring. I don't know. I'm trying to connect Pumpkin Palooza with wrestling.
You
It'll
could
still
have
be
someone who
fun.
Paints face paint masks on.
Oh, yeah, we could have the face painter do. Oh, good thinking. I'm gonna have to email her that one. Thank you. Love it. All right, that's all I have.
Any questions for Kate?
Great job.
Great job, Kate. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for all your support, all the volunteers, all the ideas, coming to the meetings, and all that great stuff. Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to the organizational committee. As Jacob mentioned, we continue our fundraising efforts, and we have scheduled meetings as we move forward and continue to tell our story about this Main Street board and the work that we're doing. And I appreciate all of you. And it's because of the work we're doing and what we're accomplishing, it does entice them to make their contributions to our cause. So we'll continue that. Economic vitality.
Yeah, so we had I would say our final initial meeting. That makes sense to everybody. So we had a group of like 4 or 5 initial meetings, and then we've ended that segment. And some of the deliverables that we hope to bring out of that is a place where you can go if you want to start a business. So if you go to, we'll create a page on our website, and it'll have all of the service providers that we work with. So think of Launch Lenaway, the SBDC, MSU Extension, our partners at American One, any of those places. If you want to start a business, you go here first to find those resources. And there'll be links. There'll probably be some AI integration so you can ask it questions and help you find stuff to get you what the information that you need, because we wouldn't monitor that 24/7, but we know that entrepreneurs are up at 3 a.m. and they want questions. So we want to make sure that they're able to answer those questions. The other thing is one of the deliverables that we're going to work on is, what does that business cycle look like from start to finish? And where are your connection points to the city? And as I said, do you have a business plan, or who do you need to talk to along the way? And creating that path for everybody that wants to start a business, really give them that roadmap and help them go. We know that it's been there a long time. This has really kickstarted it for us and give us some great information, some great best practices. And so we're gonna try to get this group to meet quarterly, very much like Town and Gown does. So they can continue to provide information, update those resources, and really provide a great experience and be an entrepreneurial hub in downtown.
Questions? All right, design committee.
Just the signs. That's all they've met with.
We're working on winter pots or anything.
We gotta get fall and
Fall
winter,
and winter.
fall and winter in there, so I'll probably talk to you after.
Excellent. Are there any other DDA matters to come before this board today?
No new matters, but thank the board for the approval of the storage shed. It's quite a debacle when you're trying to set up for events. And everything's just falling out of the room at one time. So thank you for the support on that. And then secondly, just want to reiterate the importance and how great it would be if we could do the snow removal. So pending the commission's approval on that, what the pricing would look like. I'd really appreciate this group to support that, as that would be a really nice thing for us to do. Snow doesn't fall during business hours, and some businesses are closed certain days of the weeks. And even if that initial walking path in front of their business is done, it just makes it so much easier for mobility downtown. Thank you.
All right, we'll move to public comment. Please come to the podium, state your name and address, and for 3 minutes.
Don Taylor here for Ardelicious. So Kate, you mentioned Stevens. About 45 years ago, I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and a garbage truck goes by. The sign on one side said, "This truck has bad breath." The other side said, "We cater weddings." So we might want to suggest that to Stevens. So we're about 10 days away from Ardelicious again, number 18. Things are coming together. I was having coffee earlier with one of your board members, and how's everything going? I said, about the same as always. Last minute details, working on the program and everything. We do have a few special things. We have on Sunday afternoon, hot glass blowing demonstration on North Main Street, along with about maybe an hour or so later after that, raku firing. A bunch of people are making ceramics they'll be firing down. It's pretty interesting. Watch that process take place. Very hot, so we got some safety measures in place. Also, we're excited about both of those. There will be a very special caricature artist. This is something brand new on probably on West Maumee Street, Nonprofit Row, and probably nothing you've ever seen before, but it will be a lot of fun. We found out about it from somebody doing this somewhere else, And so look for a person probably with a little easel and maybe a beret on. And for $5, I believe, you can have your caricature or your family caricature, or you and your dog or you and your cat or whatever. So it should be a lot of fun. For many years, we've had My Adventure Theater here. Last year, we had 1 day's worth of Adrian Public Schools Theater Department. They're going to be with us both days on Nonprofit Row. Much better position right now, and so we're looking forward to Emily and her kids coming to do that. You can participate. It's an interactive theater performance. My wife did it last time. I don't know what I was doing, but anyway, so look for that also. Lots of good artists, good food, great entertainment. My granddaughter is coming home from college in Ohio, of course, to see me, but Julia Cole, oh, she said, I got to see her. So it's going to be a great show. So thank you all for your support. See you in 10 days.
Thank you, Don. I've watched Don for years and Ardelicious, but it always makes me laugh because they used to be very strained at this time, but you're so calm right now. Things must be really jiving. Calmer.
That's the joke that they did.
Oh, I see.
Good morning. I'm Gordon Gauss, the City of Adrian. Along the lines of Ardelicious, I just wanted to mention that on Sunday, the 21st, same time as Ardelicious, at 2:00 in the afternoon, the Kiwanis Club of Adrian will have their second annual duck race on the River Raisin in Comstock Park. So it's probably a 15-minute event. I don't know. We dump them in at one end of the river on the bridge and pick them up in Church Street. So just want to mention that if you got the time, walk down. And if you haven't bought a ticket, I know whether we can get some for you
I
too.
got 20 at my office in case anybody's.
Thank you.
The anticipation of those ducks is a lot longer than you think it is.
It's not a strong current.
No.
Good morning, City of Adrian resident Mary Roberts. Thank you for letting me speak this morning. I'm thrilled that the Town Square project is finally, hopefully coming to us and going out to bid this next week. It's going to be a great addition to our downtown. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to attend a lot of the DDA meetings because as a chamber ambassador, it's the exact same time up in Tecumseh. So, but I wanted to come today and thank you for your support for the bicentennial. I believe we helped add to the storage unit need with all of the tables and chairs and coolers and all the games that we donated to the DDA so that you can use those for future projects. So enjoy them. I'm really here to start the process of the More the Merrier pub crawl. It has made it onto the DDA calendar for the first time. And I believe, I think, speaking with Kate, I think I've been doing the pub crawl for 13 years. I'll have to go back and check, but I believe it's been 13 years now, where we have hundreds of people come down and enjoy an evening and coming into establishments that they've never been in. Last year, I was able to sit in Mammoth and speak with some people from out of town and that were in the county, but I didn't. One of the things that I like to do during the pub crawl is get to know some people that I don't know. And so I just asked them, have you ever been here? They had never been to most of the establishments that were on the pub crawl. And so that just warms my heart that we are doing something good and for the community, for the downtown. And so it's really nice to see so many new people coming into Adrian. And I think we're going to look for a really big crowd again this year. Last year we had a couple hundred, and hopefully this year we'll have a couple hundred too. So the pub crawl is happening on December 13th. And I just spoke with Kate, and we'll be getting together along with my daughter, Carolyn Roberts, who's a downtown resident currently. We'll see how long that lasts, though. And so if you have ideas or are interested in participating in the pub crawl, just let us know. I know Farber's is always one of our best stops. So just hit me up, and we'll start planning that for December 13th. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lisa Hewitt-Cruz, and in May of this year, I was appointed as the Community Development Director. So I wanted to come here today and introduce myself. I'm really honored and excited to step into this role and work with you all closely to support and strengthen our downtown from the City of Adrian's lens. Joining me today is Abigail DeMayo. She is our newly hired 2 weeks in Community Revitalization Coordinator, and you may see her throughout the downtown over the next couple of weeks as she is going to be visiting all downtown businesses to deliver information about our programs and also about a survey that's being conducted by Adrian College students here soon on September 17th. The leadership class led by President Docking is going to be visiting on the 17th around 3 to 5 in the afternoon to survey the downtown businesses and do an assessment of residential, retail, entertainment, parks, just various topics that we have on the survey. And then once they have compiled their survey results and we have compiled our survey results, those results will be provided to the City Commission on November 17th. If there is time allowed in the work study session, the Adrian College students will actually come in here and present less than 15-minute span to the City Commission and to the mayor about what they have found and then determine how we take those findings on further to address them. I'm eager to learn more about what your goals are, what your challenges are, your ideas are. So any downtown businesses that answer our survey, please feel free to share that with us so that we can continue to work with the DDA to meet your goals. Lastly, I wanted to let you know that I'll be overseeing the administration of the enhancement grant that you talk about, like today, as an example, the Town Square project. This is a tremendous opportunity to give your idea and your visions for what you see in the future for this particular grant and the remaining funds that are that could be available. Thank you. Just excited to work with you today. And please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or concerns about the City of Adrian's programs or our building, planning, zoning, or anything that you want to know or ideas that you'd like to share. So thank you.
Yeah. Other public comment? All right, we'll move to chair comment. All right, as you know, and if anybody that knows me, the 2025 has been a pretty tough year for me. So I want to read something to you, and I just need to do that. After much reflection, I made a difficult decision to step down as chairperson as the member of the City of Adrian's Downtown Development Authority. It's been an incredible honor to serve the DDA in the past 7 years, including the last 6 as chair. During this time, I've had the privilege to work alongside a passionate and dedicated team. Together, we've made meaningful progress in revitalizing our downtown, transforming it into a more vibrant, welcoming, and economic vital part of our community. I'm proud of what we've accomplished, and I'm deeply grateful for the collaboration, creativity, and the commitment each of you have brought to the table. This decision comes as I find myself needing to focus more fully on the 3 important areas of my life: my family, my business, and the honorable and thoughtful closure of Siena Heights University, where I currently serve as the chair of the Board of Trustees. Each of these responsibilities require my full attention, and I want to give them the care and the energy they deserve. I leave this role with the full confidence in the continued success of the DDA. There is still so much potential ahead. I encourage you to all keep pushing forward, to dream boldly, act strategically, and continue making our downtown a destination and a true engine for growth for the City of Adrian. I'd also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the mayor, the city commission, and the city staff for their support and guidance through this time in the DDA. Your partnership has been invaluable. As I move to the next chapter, I carry with me a deep appreciation for the work we've done and the relationships we have built. I wish each of you continued success in the fulfillment important work ahead. Thank you. Mayor, here's a copy for you. I have to tell you, it's a very difficult decision. Took even into the night last night. You know how much I love the downtown and how much I've committed for most of my career as a downtown. But I am at a point where I really am reaching where I have to concentrate on those 3 areas more than anything. So I appreciate all of you. I know you guys will continue forward with this great work we're doing. I see that we're at a high point. I can really feel it today. We're really moving forward in a great way. And so it is a bit painful, but I know you guys will do great. So thank you for the time we've shared and worked together, and I appreciate that. With that said, I'll move to board member comments, but really I'm not DDA. So Darcy, could you finish off the meeting here?
Yeah, I'd like to entertain any board member comments at this time. I would just like to say my thanks, and on behalf of the entire board, our thanks to you, Dusty, for your thoughtful leadership and your dedication to this board over the past number of years. And we certainly appreciate you, and we'll welcome you back with open arms when your schedule frees up.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Dusty. I know you've put in countless hours. I've watched it, and it's very big shoes to fill. And but we are very, very grateful and thankful for your commitment and dedication to downtown and the city of Adrian. And we are very appreciative, and we wish you the best as you navigate some tough roads coming forward as well in what you have in front of you. But yes, to echo what Devaney said, just that, maybe in the future, if you're interested again, we'd love to, see you back,
Thank you, Mayor.
but we do appreciate it. I did want to touch on today also just, Jay already touched on it, but the MEDC visit, the comments that came from the MEDC about our downtown, I mean, obviously, we didn't just stay downtown. We went to different places that they have received grants from them and different entities. And they even went outside Adrian for a couple of their visits that day. But when they were downtown, they ate downtown for lunch and they did tour downtown in a couple areas down here. And we do forget, just like Jay said, we forget how amazing our downtown is and the historical value. And they were just so impressed by the preservation of the history and how vibrant it was. I don't know if it was because it was a Friday near the end of August, but it was hopping downtown that day. It worked out great that they were here for that. There was a lot of foot traffic that day. There was a lot of, cars that day, but there was not parking to be had there. The streets were full. Like it was a very vibrant downtown booming day as well, which would, really helped. But just they were just very impressed, and it was really great to hear, all the accolades for what they think about Adrian, and they just couldn't believe how vibrant it was. And they said downtowns like this are a rarity now, and they just couldn't believe it, and they were just very impressed. And so kudos to the DDA for keeping that alive and well and going strong. And I just wanted to let you know and pass along those acknowledgments from the MEDC.
I want to also say thanks, Dusty. I'm sure Lisa and your family, as well as those at CN, are excited to have you focus that way. Congratulations, and thank you. I also want to make sure that we acknowledge, while not a DDA event, Pride this last Saturday was an incredibly successful, safe, and beautiful event in this downtown. And our board member, Christina, was part of that planning. And just acknowledging that in this community, that event can happen and be celebrated is just such a beautiful thing. So good job and thanks.
Thank you. And that would not have been possible without the support of all the downtown businesses and the city of Adrian. So it was really, really just lovely. And we're so appreciative. Thank you.
And thank you to Jay Marks, who had to come back from home and let us back into the shed that everybody got locked out of, or the storage, sorry. Sorry, Jay, that we had to book you.
With no other comments, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there support?
All those in favor?
Oh, yes, sorry, we have to vote. Yeah, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, meeting's adjourned.